Hello everyone, this is Paleo. This is the third part of this particular save, Frontier save. The update is patch 3.66. I am about 21 hours into this save. The last time I broadcast, I just acquired the terrain manipulator and the base computer, and I said I was going to go to the space station and talk to the NPCs before creating a base. Well, as soon as I walked back towards my ship and look around, I always look around, about 200-300 units away, I found curious deposits. I actually temporarily set up a base there, but before I made that my permanent base, I looked around, and this particular planet, this cold planet, has seems like a high concentration of curious deposits, and I settled on this one for now, and basically shooting these curious deposits with your mining beam, your multi-tool mining beam, will give you runaway mold. My multi-tool that I currently have is this one here, and it's not optimized yet, but I'm still getting, I think, around 6,200 units of runaway mold, and you use refiners. Eventually I'll upgrade these refiners, but this is a portable refiner. You use this to make nanites. And looking at my current nanite count, is 28,869, and I haven't even left the first star system yet. My currency units is only 3.7 million, so I'm relatively poor still, but as far as nanites, I have a lot of nanites, and I have the ability to make more. I also obtained a new ship. This is a A-19 Explorer. It has, for an A-class Explorer, it has 143.4 warp distance. The base level for the best you can get, I think, is around 145 or 146. So it's very close to the best you can get for an A-class Explorer. And then in a previous broadcast, I mentioned that it's possible to find this ship here. And I found it. It's a C-41-6. And I completely repaired the general section. I didn't finish the technology because I will eventually sell this, but I basically am using this for storage. And critical, because my gameplay is always kind of a role play. So this activated copper, you normally don't find that in the first system. How I obtain that is go to my new ship here. Go to the technology section. This blueprint economy scanner allows you to scan for trading posts on planets, and also when you warp to other star systems, you can see the economy of any star that you're looking at. So that's important to me because I prefer to go to tier 3 or wealthy star systems rather than poor economies. So, for example, this star system here I started out on is it's called fledgling, but there's several terms for tier 1, but basically this is the lowest economy system. The amount of materials you can obtain from NPCs at the space station and lower, The quality of the ships is lower. It's the best you can get, other than the exotic that's in the system, the exotic ship. The best you can get is an A class, and they're not that common, but that did show up, and I bought it. Let's see if there's anything. I did. I have, since I'm at 21-hour mark of the save, I did go to every planet here. This planet here is a lush planet, and it is a really nice planet. Now, eventually, I actually set up a base there because that planet also has runaway mold. So I just set up a temporary base there. What I really want to do is my plan is to set up a oxygen farm over here, because that's how I'll make money. I'll make units by refining chlorine and oxygen to make even more chlorine, and then selling the chlorine. But that's maybe 20 hours away from now, probably 10 hours from now. So the actual planet I found, the reason I'm at 21 hours is because I haven't been able to find an economy scanner on, as it shows right here. The way you get that is by finding crashed ships and then answering the distress beacon question correctly. If you answer correctly, you'll get this. But what I was getting other items, and then finally I went to the volcanic planet, and I found a ship which I've already scrapped. It was a shuttle, but the important thing is I was able to get the economy scanner, and that's the main reason that I'm at the 21-hour mark, is I didn't have economy scanner, and I always want an economy scanner blueprint before I leave the first star system. And then this is rare. This is a secondary mission called Dreams of the Deep. The normal playthrough, you won't get this until you progress well into the main story. But that planet has my navigate back to that. Here it is. This Earth-like planet has deep oceans. And I'm assuming that's what set it off, because I was investigating, I was gathering material, searching for, like for example, abandoned buildings, and one of them was in this deep ocean. I went down and claimed the information from that abandoned building, and I think that's what set off that mission for me. So normally we wouldn't even see that mission. Okay, so. Another comment, the last broadcast I said I normally don't buy multi-tools. Well, I'm in a Vy'keen system, and Vy'keens, when you're in a Vy'keen system as your starter planet, they look at your multi-tool, and often they're going to offer you a free multi-tool. It'll be broken, but it'll be free. And in this B class, I had to fix it. There's similar to a crashed ship. There's a lot of damage. So I fixed it. It came with a bowcaster, so I have the ability to go break into manufacturing buildings. But the important thing, the speed class is not that bad. It's much better than the starter C class multi-tool. And I'm thinking one of the reasons is that damage potential. This is a strong multi-tool. It has the ability to mine resources quickly. So compared to an S class, so compared to the C class, a B class is an upgrade. If you can get it for free from Vy'keens, there's several ways to get one for free. They'll offer it up several different ways. So rather than get into the specifics of how that is, just be aware if your starter system is a Vy'keen and you're still struggling with the starter multi-tool, you can get them to give you a broken multi-tool, and if you're really new, I would keep your starter multi-tool as a backup and just take the broken one as and then fix it as you can, rather than exchange it. I actually exchanged it, and then I had to spend time gathering the materials to finally fix it. If you're new, I would suggest you just keep your old one, take the new one, and you're allowed to have up to 3 multi-tools at one time. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to warp travel to the base, or to the space station. And from the space station, I'm going to go into space and start warping to another system. I'm going to try to, I will find a Tier 3 star system to warp to. That process may take a little bit, but we'll see. It may take a few minutes. Some of the decisions that I make to warp to other systems have been alleviated, as I mentioned before. One of the most important resources you need are nanites, and now I have, and also a lush planet. So I have a source. Oh, this is weird. This might be related to the Dreams of the Deep, and I think it is. Yeah, so this is Dreams of the Deep. I'm going to, because I think that mission will still be active, I'm going to, instead of going that, I'm going to go and continue the Awakenings mission. And as long as I don't warp too far, that mission will still be active. I'll come back to that. I say that's a very unique situation. I'm pressing up and down on the D-pad to change my economy to the filter for the life form, and then I'm gonna go in the direction of the galactic path. But I'm actually gonna look close by. I press the B button on Xbox controller, and that allows you to kind of go into a free mode. So new players will struggle with this. You just have to get used to it. Okay, so right here, here's a Tier 3 Corvax. It has quite a few planets. I'm going to press the Y to expand. It's engineering. Its sell price and buy price are excellent, so I'm going to go here definitely. Corvax Tier 3. That was quick. Hopefully that Dreams of the Deep mission doesn't affect the main mission here. Main story. Okay, so 6 planets. Okay, so Starship monitoring system reports error, guidance system malfunction. Searching for other routes. Searching. Obtained. Destination 16. 16 kilolight seconds. I'm going to accept the new guidance. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. Okay, so it wants to send me to that planet right there. I'm going to just scan that planet and oh, now look at this. Another paradise. Second system I went to, I found a paradise planet, and this is a Tier 3 economy. So that's another nice planet to potentially build a base on. I want to go into first-person view and look around. I'm probably going to go to the space station because I am short of... I don't have a lot of space in my in my exosuit. I'm trying to scan each planet. Okay, so that's a probably a volcanic. My guess is that's a volcanic planet. It's obviously the star bulb or lush planet. That's a desert planet. That's probably the second best planet behind a lush planet as far as where to build a base. Okay, so this is probably an airless planet. It says life incompatible planet. So there's no air on that planet. And then we already looked at this one. This is a gamma planet or a radiation planet. And there's another planet behind it. We're going to head in that direction and take a look at this planet. Let's see what this is. Very cool. A second paradise planet in one system. That's very nice. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head to the space station. So I have many planets to investigate. I'll do most of that off stream to decide where I'm going to build a base. I may end up building multiple bases. These lush planets, these Earth-like planets. Recharge my pulse engine. And I'm not absolutely certain that this is required, but out of habit, I always do it. I tag the teleporter. And then I always go over here, and my primary goal here is just to see what the wire loom price is. So here's wire loom is negative 21.4%. So that's better than what I was able to get in the first star system. I think it was around a negative 10%. Having uranium is always good to have. It's a launch fuel. And immediately, once you're in a Tier 3 system, you're going to see the ships. Now, these two are C-class, but you'll notice a significant improvement in the ships, the class of the ships that are here. So I see 2C and 2B, but you'll see a lot more A-class for sure. And there's a 2% chance that an S-class ship will spawn. Okay, I'm going to get this. And you'll notice my technology in that system, even though I struggled, I was able to get my technology section fully maxed at 14 slots. So rather than update cargo, I'm going to go back to general technology because that's where you can also have, you can store either materials or additional technology there. So I spent 5,000. Off stream, I'll look at what each of these vendors have for sale. What I'm going to do now is just, oh, look at this. Very nice. Oh my gosh, an S-Class. That is awesome. S-Class multi-tool. That has rarely happened for me. That is excellent. I'll be coming back to get that. I know I can't afford it. I think it's around $7.5 million for that multi-tool. Okay. Very nice system. Tier 3 economy. S-Class alien multi-tool.
Hostile scan detected.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and face that.
Warning.
These
Threat detected. Ships approaching.
pirates early game are pretty weak normally too. So I'll attack them. I'll destroy them once I find them.
Hostile ships defeated.
So explorer ships, especially this early game, do not have a very good damage potential. But I did add a shield. I obtained a shield for free. So I went ahead and installed it because the shield for a explorer is shield strength is lower. So I just figured I'll put one shield on it, increase its shield strength. Okay, so now we're going to head to the fuel source. Okay, and it's always a good practice, at least for me, with my roleplay style, I like to look around. I'm going to go into third-person view because you can see a larger area. So before I actually land at this targeted point, I'm going to look around. Oh, that looks like curious deposits over there, too. Cool. Very nice. Okay, so that's a signal beacon where you can find minor settlements. My guess is we're going to go over there, but I'll go ahead and land where the game tells us to land. Oh, look at that. Weather is blissful. Minimal sentinels, bountiful flora. Right there is where we need to go. And it says resources sparse. And then I also see lethal humidity outbreaks. But I'm wondering, sometimes you can't always trust what that says. The weather may actually be good. So let's go back here. When you exit the ship, what does it say? It says blissful. So I think normally when you exit your ship, whatever the weather it says, I think that information's accurate. These are knowledge stones, and what I'm going to do is, before I go to the main part of this, I'm going to answer I'm going to get words from each of these knowledge stones. That one was Traveler for Korvax. That was Entity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a manual save right here, just in case spent a lot of time in Korvax systems, so I probably know the answer that's going to be required here. And this is part of the story, so there's probably no answer required here. So this structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is so obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at it, words form themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? I'll say friend. It feels strange responding to questions I am unsure that I am being asked. But something has clearly taken notice of my reply. I am overwhelmed by the sense that something has awoken, that someone is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? I'm going to say I'm last. I do know how I'm being spoken to. I do not know how I'm being spoken to. The monolith is ancient, and I can't escape the feeling that it has asked these questions many times over. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? And the answer is, yeah, we've seen this Crimson Eye many times, and the Crimson Eye has seen us. Likelihood of anomaly exceeds safety parameters. Breach detected. Alert. The boundaries fall. The walls collapse. Your universe awaits. Find us, traveler. And we just received a warp cell. We can recharge our warp engine. Go ahead and create a save here. Now obviously this is a nice planet. I'm gonna go ahead and, whenever I go to any planet, I scan at least one item. It doesn't have to be an animal. I'd actually prefer to, since I know I'm going to be coming back to these paradise or these lush planets, I prefer to come back with a fully maxed out multi-tool, so I'll get the biggest benefit. With all those nanites, I basically can upgrade all my equipment and my ships quickly. I'm not restrained by nanites. Okay. It says find the mysterious messenger and make your way into space. It says explore nearby planets or search in a new system. So I think we can actually spend time in the planets here, and we'll eventually find progress the story. But if possible, I prefer just to go to another system, because that just gives me more opportunities to look around, and I'll look, see if I can find something nearby that's also tier 3. Okay, so I'm in a Gex, I was a tier 1 Gex system, so see if I can find either a tier 3 Gex system or a tier 3, oh no, that was a Vy'keen system. So find a tier 3 Vy'keen system or a tier 3 Gek. That's what I'm trying to find now. The Gek are going to be these yellow ones. I've got the life form filter on, and the Vy'keen are going to be the red ones. So I'm going to focus on yellow and red and see if I can find a tier 3 since I don't have a lot of warp distance, if I have to, I'll go to another Korvax. Okay, and it just so happens the first one I found is another Korvax system. I think I can find that. Okay, here's a Vy'keen system. Oh, it's a small system. Since I've got the first two systems are really nice, I'll go ahead and go to this one. It looks like it's a 2-planet system. Surprisingly, these small star systems may also have a nice planet. Like, for example, you might have a really nice lush planet here. So Vy'keen Tier 3. We'll go here. Obviously, that Korvax system is also nearby. I'm wondering if the game may not progress. Oh, it is. It did answer. Okay, incoming transmission. Source unknown. You are not alone. Please identify yourself. I am broken. The signal is broken up. Identify myself. You left me. Why did you? Tell them you're sorry. Don't lie to me. You even the others did not. I'll ask about the others. There is no reply. The communicator falls silent though the channel remains open. Okay, so we're getting coordinates. Let me just see wherever that's at, it's right there. There's only 2 planets here, so it should be easy. That's a toxic planet. And then this is the other planet in the system. This is a vapor planet. I'm thinking this is well, it could be a I don't remember the name of that. But I did go, yeah, it's two planets. That's a damp world. So let me do this here. It's a swamp world. We find here it is right here. We're gonna go to the space station first. Tag the teleporter, find out what wire loom prices are. Get a suit slot upgrade. Check out the multi-tool real quick. And these Vy'keen systems in the back rooms are always a place to get free nanites. Okay, now the wire loom on this star system is more expensive. Or at the space station in the star system, this is plus 8.5%. So that's 59,000, almost 60,000 units each. Oh, and there's a traveler. It's a nice little ship right there. It's got a slight resemblance to the Radiant Pillar. Oh, and that's a tier 2 ship. That means an S-class, that'll be an S-29. Okay, we'll get this suit upgrade. Take a quick look at the multi-tool. Okay, so this is just a B class, so that second system is definitely the one I want to go after. That I want to obtain one of those. Another nice ship. This is also a tier 2. Well, that's the one I was looking at probably. And here's the same ship. Yeah, it's the same model, just different class. It's a very nice ship. Okay. Ready to save. We're going to head to the signal source. And I can't even see through the rings here. We have to get through the rings to see what the planet looks like. Here it is. We know it's a toxic planet. Charge pulse engine with tritium. Okay, so this is where the game is going to send us. Hopefully the game will still respawn if we just land here. Did. Cool. Okay, so it's a crashed 826-7 technology slots. So I'm going to gather these items first. Transfer that buried technology there. Out of the Starship. All this in the Starship. I'm going to create a manual save. And then I'm going to go to the distress beacon, the signal beacon. And this is story related, so it's different than other signal beacons. So it says open by repairing damaged components. So it's asking us to repair it. So I don't know what that first one, that might have been chromatic metal, a small amount, and then five units of sodium. So relatively easy to fix it. Zit, basically a broken signal. There is no signs of life. There is only the static of broken communicator. Extract records. Whatever message was once here has been scrambled beyond recovery. All I extract is the pilot's name, Artemis. It's a female character. Artemis is a female name. Whoever they were, they are long gone. The only other corrupted data is a set of plans, an upgrade for my mining beam. And it gave me a random. It gave me whatever was the order, and it was a pulse spitter. That's not a bad weapon upgrade. I may or may not use that. A pulse spitter is kind of like a submachine gun for other games. Okay, so I'm going to once again create a new save. Now the mission says, hey, go into space and search for clues about Artemis. But before that, we can claim the ship. As long as you don't have 6 ships already, then you can claim the ship. And it's free.
Shield down.
Just create a quick save there.
Shield down. Component repaired.
Now, some of the items that I'm fixing aren't mandatory. Oh, look at this. It actually has a... This ship may be worth keeping for I may decide to get rid of some of my other ships. So...
Component repaired.
Some slots are very cheap, so the oxygen and dioxide are very cheap materials, so it's worthwhile repairing those. Let me see. When you're early in a new save, the ones you don't want to repair are the ones that, especially if you're not going to keep the ship, are the ones like that require wiring loom, because that's more expensive. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to fix. I need hermetic seal and metal plate.
Product constructed. Product constructed. Component repaired.
So now the ship is flyable right now. I'll even do this. I'll move that over here. If I had I have a lot of these materials in my my backup ship, my other crash ship that I repaired. But to keep the stream moving, I'm going to fix this ship offline, and I'll decide what I'm going to do off stream.
Technology recharge.
Assume that there.
Product
Do
constructed.
this.
Product constructed. Technology
That in there.
recharge.
So I just made some space.
Technology recharge.
Okay. Hey, what I'll the ship is mine now. I already claimed it. I'll just take off. Often I actually create a new save, but that ship will become part of my inventory. So I'm going to take off into space to progress the story. We're getting an incoming message. And from previous experience, I want to get into space further. Now I'm going to answer the message. And it's Priest Entity Nada. Artemis Entity, we received your signal. Is it first? Is it last? Yes. Time for truth. You have their signal, but you are not Artemis Entity, so I tell the truth. I am not Artemis. Your signal is familiar to Nada. We have been in contact before, I think. This would be a good time to come on board, yes? A proper introduction to our home. So those ships, frigates and freighters were in the way, so I had to move a little bit. So this is called the Space Anomaly. Called the Anomaly, and it's in space, so Space Anomaly. Okay, so in the Space Anomaly, you have the ability to call one of your other ships, and I have a lot of materials in my other ship, specifically my starter ship. And whenever I'm in the Anomaly, I always create a save first. When you transfer materials or you go get in the ships. Get other ships, create a save just to make sure nothing goes wrong. I've had issues before where I just started interacting with the ship and grabbed materials and had some issues. So it's better to create a save, that way if something does go wrong, you can address it. Okay. So basically what I did is I grabbed all the available salvage data that I had. Now let me do this. Do another thing. I'm going to go into the Discoveries tab. And I grabbed all the discoveries. When you come here for the first time, you want to do that. You want to make sure you claimed all your discoveries, because you're going to get rewards from the NPCs here. First, we're going to talk to Nada and his friend Polo. But we're going to talk to Nada first. We're going to make sure the log is set to Polar End Space Anomaly. I'm going to talk to Nada. I am Priest Entity Nada, Divergent Korvax. Welcome to our anomaly. Our home is here. Here is pleasant, yes? Polo's own design. Perfect bubble. Beyond sentinels, beyond vengeful Korvax. Nada watches time come and go. So we're going to ask about Artemis. Traveler entity, perhaps. They are known to you. I don't know their number. Nada does not care about iterations as numbers. They were lost to us. Highly improbable. Our anomaly is lost to sentinels, but none should be lost to the anomaly. The Korvax watches me. There is patience and organic tilt to the way they hold their metal shell. I'm going to ask about Nada. It says, Nada awoke from death of Korvax Prime. Could not understand why such things happen, why we are alone. Now I am divergent. The convergence do not see through my eyes. Nada is not alone anymore. Nada is with Polo friend. Now many other friends visit. Our convergence is small, but Nada is happy. Nada Carapace pulses with the gentle light. There is something familiar about him. We're going to ask about Polo. Polo, friend, found Nada. Found my signal. Nada is safe. Now Nada finds other signals. Makes others safe. The station has been calling to me since I woke up on the planet. Perhaps it called to Artemis as well. Ask about the space station. Beyond what is outside our anomaly wanders free. Free like Nada to observe, to search. Sentinels, the Atlas, they do not care about this place. Care for this place. I feel their eyes hunting us. Nada watches me, judging my reactions as they speak. Will you know? Nada says, "Speak with Polo Friend, traveler. Perhaps they might know more about missing Artemis. They perceive things more clearly than Nada." So here's Specialist Polo. It's the Gek. Friends everywhere, if you only know where to look. Friends in all shapes, all sizes, all places. Artemis friend, you are where they should be. It does not seem possible, but all things are possible, such as the universe. We will find them, no doubt. There is always a signal, always a trace. We ask Polo, how does he know? Our home will see to it. When you leave, you will not be where you were. You will be closer. Or maybe not. Discovery is exciting, yes? Before you leave, perhaps spend time with other friends. We all help each other here. Okay, so this placard comes up, and then basically it shows talks about the Space Anomaly Hub. It's for travelers, a nexus that unites them wherever they are in the universe. Use Nada and Polo's home to meet other travelers, other No Man's Sky players, undertake missions, earn nanites, or upgrade your equipment. So we're going to speak to the other travelers, NPC travelers, to earn nanites. We're going to learn new technology blueprints. We're going to browse through the base parts, and we're going to speak to Nada again about Artemis. That's our goal. And then these two NPCs here are optional. You can talk to them. But whenever I arrive to the Space Anomaly first, I always talk to Iteration Helios. He's going to give us nanite rewards for our discoveries, planets and plants and fauna or animals. And Iteration Ares will give us milestone bonuses, and also you can buy C and B class blueprints modules from him, technology modules from him. Okay, so we're going to go back to Iteration Helios. So we're going to give him data, and we're going to give him data about planets. Yes, thank you, little one. You have no idea what this means to me. Please take these nanites. They are nothing, but they are all I have for now. So most players haven't. It's sheer luck that I was able to get curious deposits or running mold in that first system. So most players come in here are relatively nanite poor. So visiting these NPCs gives you a big boost to nanites. This guy is going to give us at least 1,200 nanites, maybe more. So we're going to transmit milestone. And since I spent 21 hours in that first system, he's going to give us quite a bit. So 1,400 nanites, that's pretty good. So here's an appearance modifier, and as actually you can see, I did change my character to a Gek. I kept the same color combination as the starter traveler that I was, but I changed it to a Gek. This egg sequencer has its own purpose. You can learn about that online. This iteration Chronos You can or you can trade food to him, and I think he can even teach you. I don't really spend much time with Iteration Chronos, but basically there's people that know a lot about Chronos online. You can search about making recipes online, and a whole group of people that spend a lot of time on there. So this is the next place we want to visit. This is kind of the technology blueprint center, and also the base building center. And each star system, you have the opportunity to buy an exosuit. Right next to the exosuit research guy is this exosuit upgrade. So each star system, you can get these upgrades. So I'll continue the general inventory. And now I'm going to talk to these missions, these NPCs. So this is Iteration Selene. Traveler, new. Your suit is an extension of yourself. Let me aid you. So this is research exosuit upgrades. And notice I have 30,000 nanites, over 30,000 nanites. So I can buy anything I want. And I'll do a lot of that offline. But what I'm going to do now is for people that have minimal nanites, if you're a new player, one of the first things I get is the shield lattice that gives you hazard protection. You can get that from minor settlements or technology emergence in the first star system. But if you didn't get that yet, I would suggest you get that. The neural stimulator, you can also get that in the technology emergence in the first system. I get that always. And I think the hazard protection, I got that from Crash Ship, but you can also buy that from merchants also, I think. But anyways, I obtained mine from a Crash Ship. So then, what I typically do when I come in here, the technologies I don't have access to, but I still want to get as soon as I can, is this rocket boots. Some people don't use them, but I like rocket boots, so I get that. These other ones you don't really need yet. A nice one to get is this personal refiner. A lot of people love this thing, including me. And I have plenty of nanites. I'll buy that. These other ones I'll buy off stream later. And literally, since I have 30,000 nanites, I can buy everything I want. So then this is the multi-tool research guy. And once again, I want to buy blueprints from him. The ones I buy early, and obviously the advanced mining beam, that will you either have it already through a mission or you bought that at a technology merchant. This also you can get at the technology merchant in the first system. But the two that I go after early in the second star system at the Space Anomaly is the survey device. It allows you to find electrical and mineral and gas nodes near your base or on planet surface. And then the optical drill, it increases your output of resources mined by 50%. So that's a nice upgrade. And then the survey device. These other ones, optional. Often you have access to the boltcaster and you can buy this barrel ionizer. So that's good enough early game. But the go-to best weapon for most players is the scatter blaster. It's kind of like a shotgun. So most people, if you're going to have one multi-tool technology or weapon, that's what most people get. Okay, and so that's that. Here, you can buy, you can learn new recipes, and most of the recipes here you can also get by breaking into manufacturing facilities on planets. This was not always here. Maybe 3-4 months ago, this was added. Before that time, all the technologies, all the recipes in here, you'd have to get from manufacturing. this cabinet, these multi-tool cabinets and space anomalies, that seem to be always being C-class. So the cabinet is C-class, so the best you're going to see is a C-class. This guy here is for exosuit research. I'll look at that guy offline. Anyway, what I'll show one thing that's valuable. Once you get access to a exocraft, a very useful tool. Basically, it's the scanner. So either this Minotaur scanner, if you have a Minotaur, or you get these 3 scanning upgrades here for exocraft. I use it on a roamer, but you can use it on other exocraft. And that will allow you to scan for, in my case, I like to scan for drop pods. And drop pods is another way on planet surfaces to increase your suit size. If you just follow through the story mission, keep following the story mission, a lot of these technologies are going to be free. And I haven't bought them yet because my current plan is to go ahead and follow the story. So this is the ship upgrade guy. Now, is there any that are mandatory? I would say not mandatory, but if you want to improve your ship weapon a little bit, a good one to get would be the C-class upgrade for your photon cannon. Most ships come with a photon cannon. And a very cheap one also is this shield upgrade. And I would say those are the good ones to get first. But as far as what I normally get at this point in the stories, I get the B class and the S class launch thruster blueprints. Many times the ships you own already have them, or have one of them, maybe not both. But I always get them so whenever I need to, I can upgrade any ship that I own. Often the preferred weapon on a ship is this positron. It's another kind of a shotgun type of weapon. The one downfall is it's a short range. So there's good and bad about it. So just be aware of that, the short range. So you may want to get that weapon and then maybe keep the photon cannon, because that's more of a medium range weapon. The rocket launcher is a powerful weapon, and it's a long range weapon. So some people may go with the rocket launcher setup and the positron ejector, cover both short and long range missions. These I often hold off, but because I have so many nanites, I'm going to go ahead and get them. Cadmium drive allows you to go to a red star system. Emerald drive allows you to go to a green star system. And then the indium drive allows you to go to a blue star system. And they have different requirements. So the cadmium, you just use chromatic metal and wire looms. The emerald drive, you need cadmium, which you get from a red star system. And then the indium drive, you need emerald, which you get from a green star system. And then these are upgrades. I often don't get this early in the game, but once again, I have the ability to get them. Everything else, all these other upgrades here, I normally don't. It's not urgent in any way for me to get those. Now here is the construction research station, and once again, many of these items are available by just following the story missions. So I will likely hold off on it because I'll probably get a lot of these quickly by just following the story mission. The roamer, geobay, I'm guessing at least 3 different ways to get this. Just follow the story and you're going to get that for free. And once again, because I have so many nanites, some of the decisions I would make in other saves, I don't need to make now. In reality, there's nothing. Oh, now here's one thing I want to get. These are not story related. So I'm going to get all these. These are mineral extractor. These are industrial upgrades. Gas extractor, supply depot, pipeline, and then this electromagnetic generator. You can use the planet's energy going to a node on the planet, and you can power your base. And more importantly, these industrial equipment with that electromagnetic generator. This is an optional item. It's only one. I normally don't get the switches. These other items, if I get them, a lot of them I'll get. If they're not story related, I won't get them right away. But even these storage containers, you're going to get at least the first one very early if you just progress the story missions. And all of these will get through story missions. So just follow the story missions, and a lot of these you'll get for free. Okay. So now we're going to go back and speak to Nada. Have you seen them, traveler friend? Nada wishes them they could. Nada regrets much. Ask what to do. So here is an important point for our new players. This is when the game frees you up to do other things. So the traveler entity is free to make their own path. Find Artemis entity, which is continue the main story. Explore with others. You can go into multiplayer mode and explore with other players, or travel to great sites. So you can just explore system to system. Proceed as you will, traveler entity. We will aid you. Others will aid you also. Even if you speak to the Crimson Liar. So Crimson Liar is another major story, talking to the Crimson Liar. But I generally like to continue the main mission. You don't have to. You can do exploring if you want, but to get a lot of free upgrades, I like to continue to follow the Artemis path. So of course, Nada has a small gift for you. Perhaps it will help. Nada and Polo friend will continue to search. Speak to us whenever you desire. So he gave us 120 nanites, and in many playthroughs, that's a lot for me. Even for me, I've got a lot of experience in No Man's Sky. A few saves ago, I was nanite poor, and even after warping about 12 systems, I still not find a good source for curious deposits or runaway mold, which is my preferred way to get nanites. So there is quite a bit of RNG in this game, and that's what's so great about it, actually. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream right here. I'm going to create a save, and I'm sure I'll do some gameplay offline, and in the next stream I'll give you an update. Everyone have a great